G'day guys, just thought we put a quick video together on the TowPro Elite V3 install in a 80 series Landcruiser. Pretty straightforward to install one of these. I was actually a bit nervous at the start, but I watched a couple of YouTube videos and I thought, bugger, I'm going to make one myself for the 80 series. But yeah, pretty straightforward to install. So basically, first thing I've done, just pick where you want to put your switch. So I'm going to put mine just up here. So pop that out, drill a 10mm hole through, and then you can get your button going. So I think that's the first step, get that out of the way, then you're ready to go. Alright, so the next step is feed your cable for the controller through. So just slid it down through there and popped it out down the bottom. Now I'm going to try and work out where I'm going to mount the TowPro. I'm thinking of just securely cable tying it to the, there's like this box up here. So I think I can get a good set of cable ties around that and just keep it secure down there. So I'm going to have a crack at that and we'll see how we go. Film it when we're done. Just cable tying it down here. Basically right above where we're going to tap in for the brake signal. It's too hard to get it up the top. I reckon this is probably the hardest thing out of the whole installation, is working out where you put this box. There's not a lot of room down here and it's very tight and very awkward to work. So anyway, we've got ours there. Now we'll start wiring it up. Alright, now for the next step. So we're going to hook the brake signal up, which is your red wire off the TowPro. Now the way to do this is this green wire with the white stripe is your brake signal line. So I'm just going to tap into that. I'm going to do it with an easy connector. So there's different types. You can get these, which I got off a mate at work, but it looks like it's going to be a bit bulky for how I'm tapping in. So I'm just going to use one of these ones. Basically just chuck the spade end on your red wire, clip this over the brake signal, and you are pretty much good to go. A lot of people don't like these. I've used them in the past. I've never had an issue. It's pretty easy to access anyway if it falls off. So yeah, each their own. I'm just doing it this way because it's a lot easier. I don't really want to solder into the existing wiring of the car. All right, now for the moment of truth. So we'll hook up one of these electricity volt checkers. I'll see if we've got power. So I don't know if you can see this, but I'm basically just gonna tap that there, and if it lights up, let's tap it there, if it lights up, which, there we go, we are good. Sorry for the bad video, but yeah. So we're getting our signal, so that's worked. So yeah, FYI, you can tap in down here. So it's just the green cable with the white stripe. All right, next step's running your positive and negative wire to the battery. So we're going to end up over here. There's a couple of loose ends here because I hooked up an Anderson plug on the back yesterday, which I haven't finished wiring up. We'll do that when we hook the brake controller up now. But basically, get your coil of wire, loop it around. Now I've gone down here on the other side of the bonnet hinge, up and around, and I'll take you to the other side and show you where. Up above the top, down here, and then I've just poked through this grommet there. Now I've used this grommet for the second battery in the back, the spotties, the light bar, all sorts of stuff. So it's getting a bit congested, but I guess yeah, it is what it is. I've never had water through there, and I've taken this thing through a fair bit of water. So yeah, when it pops out on the other side, I'll show you that. Come out down here. So that is the cable coming through the grommet up there. There's a fair bit coming through there. Anyway, that's the cable there. We're going to go black to red and white to black, because that's the way that Redarc set these things up. So once we've done that, we'll solder them up, and then I can run the blue cable to the trailer plug at the back, and we should be rocking. Alright, so we just finished soldering off the power connection to the TowPro Elite, black to red and white to black. As we said before, it's the way Redarc do it. Now we're going to go terminate the ends on some battery terminals so we can hook it up to the car battery at the front, but in between that we'll also put a circuit breaker. So at the front here, basically I've just run my cable all the way through for the firewall and the grommet up and around, nice and neat. Finishes here, so we've got the negative cable, then the positive, so we'll go positive through a circuit breaker to the battery like this. So I'll finish hooking that up and I'll show you what the finished product looks like. Alright, just soldered up the brake line to a bit of just single core cable. It's actually a bit of twin core, but I'm just only obviously using one core of it. Now we're going to run this red line back to the back and hook it into the blue cable at the trailer plug, and that should be it. We should be rolling after that. Alright, so we ran the cable all the way back from the front of the car, hooked it in with another easy connector into the blue cable for the trailer, and now we're all good. Everything's hooked up. So when you're done, it's just a matter of clipping this bit of plastic trim back on. It's just got 3 little clips, and then up in there it's got a little screw, and that's basically the tow pro in there, all wired up. Just sort of cable tied the cables and sort of tucked them away as neatly as possible. But yeah, that's it. It's all in.